In this video, I want to share with you guys the 7 income streams that I've been able to build by the time I was 24 years old. These are my personal income streams that I've built up over the past couple years, and each one pays me at least a couple $1,000s each month in semi to completely passive income. Since they work for me, they can work for you too. Now, before you just go skipping through and looking at each idea, there's a reason why I think having passive income online is so important. In August of 2019, I ended up quitting my full-time job before I was making any money online. I felt like I had to cut ties and never look back. This ended up being the best decision that I've ever made, but that doesn't mean it's a responsible decision for you. A much more logical decision would be to start up a side hustle and then ease out of my full-time job once the income from the side hustle allowed it. Instead of having to take a crazy leap of faith, even having just one income stream can allow you to make decisions at your own will without having to risk everything. Nevertheless, these 7 income streams have allowed me to take my income into my own hands, earn far more than I could at any job with any education level at my age. I don't have to work a job I hate. I don't have to rely on an employer for money or pay raises, and I have location freedom so I can work from anywhere in the world, even though I end up sitting here at my desk most of the time. So here's what worked for me and how you can do the same. The first online income source that worked for me is the first one I recommend to complete beginners, which is selling digital products. This was the first ever income I made that gave me the confidence to feel like I could actually make some money online. A digital product could be an ebook, a course, an application, a guide, checklist, graphic, art, template, or anything that you can use digitally. Then you just have to post it for sale and get people online to find the product and think it's valuable enough to buy. There seems to be a misconception that you need a big following or a brand new idea in order to sell digital products, but that's simply just not the case. I started by making real estate resources, which were basically guides for first-time home buyers or things like checklists. This made sense for me since I had gotten my real estate license instead of going to college, and because I noticed they were already selling on Etsy. The digital product doesn't need to be a complex Notion template or a hand-painted masterpiece. You just take a little bit of what's already working, add some sauce to it, and list it for sale. So without any graphic design experience whatsoever, I opened up Canva and started putting together these guides and checklists. I made my first 6 digital products and listed them for sale on Etsy, and a few days later, I got my first sale for $5.21. The thing that stuck out to me was that because I chose to sell on Etsy, I didn't have to do any marketing or any advertising. All I had to do was just post the products for sale. Even though this was such a tiny amount of money, I kept following my intuition and made more various digital products, such as digital map prints, which people could just download and get printed themselves, pre-made maps, which sold passively, downloadable graphics, checklists, and so on. After sticking with it for a while, I was able to get my digital products to make a decent monthly income. Nowadays, you can even use AI tools to help you make certain products. This is the easiest for beginners because there's no marketing to figure out, and there's not even order fulfillment. Literally, all you have to do is make the product, post it for sale, and Etsy handles the rest, with basically no upfront costs. I still get paid to this day for digital products that I made and posted for sale back in 2020. But once I had achieved a little bit of success selling digital products, I decided to take my newfound design skills and apply it to the world of print on demand, which is a business model where you'll work with a supplier who offers blank white label products. You'll upload some kind of design to it and then list it for sale online. Whenever a customer buys that product, it's then printed out and shipped directly to the customer without you ever having to touch it. All you're doing is making the design and applying it to the product, and the print-on-demand company handles everything else. Since I was already designing and selling digital products, I figured I could take some of those designs and repurpose them into physical products like a mug. I would simply take one of the ideas that I was already making, upload it to the mug, and post it for sale on Etsy. This was my first 6-figure business idea. Once I understood how all this worked, selling print-on-demand mugs was easier than digital product because the mug itself has more value since customers are getting a physical product. I slowly built up a catalog with hundreds of mugs that had funny sayings, map designs, and anything else that I could think of that would sell passively every single day. I was basically running a one-product shop with the designs all targeting different kinds of interests. Nowadays with AI, you can make entire wraparound designs for the mugs completely from scratch without any previous design skill whatsoever. If you can slowly, over time, create a lot of designs for a single product and keep posting them for sale, eventually you will make sales. While it's evolved over time, I still sell mugs to this day, and it's another income source that I'm happy I built up. Now, after the mug business really started to take off and I was making a good income, I wanted to expand my operation by opening a new store that this time sold posters. Again, using the print-on-demand business model, this time all I would have to do is make some kind of artwork or design for the poster, post it for sale, and wait for customers to buy. Also repurposing as many designs as possible from my mug shop. What I discovered was that posters can be sold as digital downloads as well as physical print-on-demand prints. This meant that from my one self-taught skill set, I built 3 different streams of income. I had a shop selling digital products, a shop selling mugs, and now a poster business, which once again sold funny sayings, custom maps, and public domain art. This diversified my income, so on days where my mugs wouldn't sell as much, my digital products and posters would continue selling, keeping my income consistent. Since everything besides the custom orders are fulfilled automatically, running multiple shops is no harder than running one. Now at this point, I was making a really good income online for a 20-year-old, and I thought it would be a good idea to expand my operation once more by selling t-shirts. Supposedly one of the most competitive products to sell, but to me, that just means it's one of the best selling. Within the first 3 months after starting, I managed to match what I was making in my other 3 shops with just my t-shirt business alone, which was over $10,000 a month. Again, I was following the same process, using funny sayings, graphics, and repurposed designs where I could, uploaded onto print-on-demand t-shirts, and then listed for sale on Etsy. The more designs I would make, the more my income would grow. This was the first time in my life where I felt like I actually had any money. T-shirts also ended up being the easiest product to make designs for because there's so many successful shops to learn from. So after just a few months, I went from never making a design before to owning 4 businesses that generated me income every single day. The good thing about these side hustles is that you don't need anything to get started besides a computer and an internet connection. You can basically open up your laptop and sell from anywhere in the world for free. Now, my next stream of income started within the past year, and that was by making social media content. My whole approach to social media is to share things that I know and learn in an entertaining way so that it's digestible for anyone to watch. There's a lot of ways that you could approach making content and growing an online following, but for me, it's all about providing value. I see value as insights or entertainment or any blend of the two. From what I've seen, you can have super boring videos that do really well if you have a lot of insight value to offer. Or you could be on the other side of the spectrum, equally as successful, offering pure entertainment. Finding your place all depends on how you feel the need for authenticity and transparency. The mental barrier to entry is really the only thing standing between you and a social media business. The difficulty is getting over the mental barrier and fearing the judgment and criticism that you might get. A content business opens up a lot of income streams that you wouldn't normally have access to, mostly with ad revenue, sponsorships, or selling products. Without diving into exactly how all of these work, since it's fairly obvious that creators can make good money, the main thing to remember is that you have to put the audience first and then the money will come. Of course, monetizing with sponsors and courses is going to keep you going and growing your operation. For example, I have a course, the 6-Figure Storefront, which teaches everything that I know from complete scratch about growing an online business just like the ones that I've built. The course is as detailed as possible and provides a lot more insight than what I can share here on YouTube. Plus, when people buy a product, they're so much more likely to make it work than just trying to piece together YouTube videos. Since my students are able to use the material to make back their money, it's a win-win for everyone involved. If you don't monetize, someone else will, and as long as it provides value to both parties, it's a net positive. I think that a lot of people would enjoy making content. It's just that initial hurdle of getting over your own fear that holds a lot of people back. The thing is, since people really only care about themselves, When you finish this video, you'll probably forget that I exist until the next time one of my videos is recommended. Now, I've made plenty of mistakes, but at the end of the day, as long as my intention is right and I'm getting better and better, that's all that matters. Overall, making content is such a profitable income vehicle, I don't see why you'd leave it off the table if you're serious about making money online. Income stream number 6 is honestly my favorite right now, and it's affiliate marketing. Basically, it's like being a referral for a product or service and collecting a commission when someone you refer buys. If someone wants to know what camera I use to make my videos, I can share an Amazon affiliate link with them. When they buy it, there's no additional cost to the buyer, and I collect a commission. Affiliate marketing becomes more profitable by having more people see and click your links, but you can start at any point. When I started, I was only making maybe $200 a month from Amazon, and now I'm on track to make 6 figures from it this year. If you're growing a personal brand, this is going to be the easiest way to promote affiliate links, but you can also build faceless websites and blog posts, or post content to Instagram and Pinterest and get people seeing and clicking your links that way. There's so many different affiliate programs out there. Pretty much no matter what interests you have, there's an affiliate deal for you. You just have to find the deal and then come up with a clever way to get people to sign up after clicking through your link. For example, if you wanted to start a print-on-demand shop, when you sign up for Printify using my link, it gets tracked. And whenever you start making sales and ordering product through Printify, I get to keep a small percentage of the Printify profit as a commission. Again, it's a win-win-win because when I teach something that works and gets results, you, the viewer, starts making money, Printify gets new business, and I also get a small kickback for putting it all together. And there's no additional charge for the person who's signing up using the link. Like I said, this is one of my favorites right now because it allows me to see that what I'm teaching really works for my viewers. And as far as income goes, it's almost as passive as it can get. The next income stream I've used for several years now, since even before I had my businesses, and that's by using credit card bonuses. Basically, by signing up and using specific credit cards, I'm able to unlock a lot of cool tax-free bonuses by using that credit card to buy things that I'm already buying. The way I use credit cards to make passive income is by using specific cards to make specific purchases. So for example, I'll use the PayPal credit card for all of my print-on-demand product purchases. When I spend money fulfilling orders, I get 3% cash back. So this year, I think I made over $15,000 in cash back. While that's not a ton, it's enough to make using the credit card worth it. I can use my Chase card on all my grocery purchases, and then I can use those points to redeem towards travel or some new Apple products. For this to work, you don't have to spend a ton of money to get good rewards. You just have to use the card whenever you're spending money on a category that pays off. Each card has different types of rewards. And of course, don't go into credit card debt. Now, that leads me to bonus tip number 1, which is don't go after multiple income streams. One of the only reasons that I was actually able to build out the income that I have is because I focus on one thing at a time. Even though it probably sounds like I grew all of these businesses at the same time, I was locked in and focused on growing one at a time. I don't think I would have been nearly as successful had I split my focus. I also think it's incredibly important to start from the perspective of starting a side hustle and then slowly over time transitioned it into a full business that makes a good income. Instead of just jumping into the deep end, you can ease your way in by starting something on the side and working your way up to the point where it can replace your full-time income. Remember, you'll only fail if you give up completely. Otherwise, the obstacles you encounter are just bumps in the road on your path to success.